Tonight, we continue to follow the new agreement between the City of Minneapolis and the Minnesota Department of Human Rights that mandates policy changes for MPD.
One piece of that settlement has to do with MPD's use of undercover social media accounts.
Danny Spiewak looks into that issue and what's going to be required moving forward.
Last year, the Minnesota Department of Human Rights concluded in an investigation that MPD officers from 2010 to 2020 used covert social media to target Black leaders, Black organizations, and elected officials without a public safety objective. For example, the state investigation found that one officer, quote, used an MPD covert account to pose as a Black community member to send a message to a local branch of the NAACP criticizing the group.
Our findings are correct.
Minnesota Department of Human Rights Commissioner Rebecca Lucero stood by her investigation at last week's press conference, announcing a new settlement with Minneapolis.
When we said surveil, we meant exactly what we said in our findings, that they were using fake accounts to access community members and organizations.
At that same press conference, Minneapolis City Attorney Kristen Anderson denied the allegations publicly.
The city disputes those findings. That the evidence that was presented to us, I just don't think shows what MDHR thinks that it shows.
Ultimately, the city and state basically agreed to disagree.
I think it's not worth our time to go back and forth on this piece. I think what matters is that we do the work.
Moving forward, the court enforceable settlement between the city and state requires MPD to have stronger supervision of officers undercover social media while recognizing that the accounts should be used in a lawful, non-discriminatory manner.
I'm hoping that this court enforceable agreement will send a message.
Civil rights attorney and activist Nakima Levy-Armstrong says she's been raising issues about covert social media for years.
It's time for them to be accountable. It's time for them to abide by the terms and conditions.
Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara vowed to work within the framework of the new settlement.
There are lawful and legitimate purposes for officers to act undercover. We simply just ensure that it is for those legitimate law enforcement purposes, and it does not deviate from that.
Under this new agreement, MPD's use of undercover social media will also be subject to regular review by a new MPD review panel. That review panel will be led by the chief and will also include deputy chiefs and other supervisors. Back to you.
All right. Thanks, Danny.